Alright, so to start off, I just want to point out some main things I noticed within the first minute of watching this. Was that you're not using your boost to speed up your car when you're moving around. Like, you're moving around very slow, which makes you slow to react to the ball. I also noticed you're staying on the ground too long before you go for aerials. You're also going for hits that you should be leaving for your teammate. And there was at least one time where I noticed you had your ball cam turned off for about 5 seconds. So you had no idea where the ball was, where your teammates are, what's going on. So I'm going to jump into this and point out all these things and a little more. One thing I've mentioned this to just about everybody is you stay on the ground and use all your boost to go for the ball. So when you're done with the kickoff, you don't have any boost to react to whatever happens after the kickoff. What I recommend doing is coming up to this boost and using your boost. As soon as you pick this up, front flip and stop boosting. And then once you land around here, front flip a second time into the ball. And you should have somewhere between 15 and 20 boosts left to quickly, come over to get the side boost, or just react to whatever's happening. Okay, so here you're eyeballing this mid boost that's right here. Turn around for it, which is fine in 3v3. Right here, you could have, if you would have reacted faster, once you pick this up, your teammate just hitting it, I don't know how to draw, he's hitting it this way, and you're moving this way. I think if you reacted and turned left quicker, you could have gotten to the ball, got a little redirect. Might not have been a shot, but it would have been hit nonetheless. And then afterwards is what I just mentioned. You waited way too long to go for this aerial. Like, you can tell it's going up. And you wait about 2 seconds to jump. Well, it's actually 1 second, but you allowed the opponent right here, because you waited that 1 extra second, you allowed the opponent to hit the ball first. See the distance between him and the car? It's virtually non-existent, but the distance between you and the car is all this way. Because if he hit this correctly, it would have went over you and you would not have hit it. But he didn't hit it correctly. He just barely touched it. So you managed to get a piece of it. Now right here, after you land, look at the amount of boost you have right here. You have half boost, you have 50 boost. And when you land, you're slow, you have no momentum. You're not doing anything to gain momentum other than a basic front flip. You're not using your boost. And right here is a premature. Let me back it up a little more. Like right here, you could see this guy's coming in for the ball. And I would have waited until after he went to the ball. Like, he hasn't touched it yet, and you've jumped. I would have waited until after he touched it or missed it to jump my vehicle. And it wasn't anything that cost you the game. And right here is where I wanted to point out your use of ball cam. Like, as soon as, just before you hit the ground after this, you turn off ball cam. And it's off for like 5 seconds. Where's the ball? You have no vision of any of the 3 enemies. You don't know what's going on. This could be really bad for you, because this ball could have been going to goal and you're getting ready to turn around, but when you're turning around, here comes the ball. That could have been bad, but it wasn't. But that's something I just wanted to point out, and I want you to think more about that, because you turning ball cam off is definitely a good thing, but I think you're just doing it too much. Okay, right here is where you went for the ball when you shouldn't have. Your teammate right here just got a nice little demo. And right here, instead of just going to sit in goal, because your teammate's turning to come to this ball, you decide to go for the ball. You should have stopped, went to goal, or just went over here to get this boost and let your teammate play the ball but for some reason you go for the ball when it's your teammates should have went for it. Okay, so right here's another. You turn off ball cam. I mean, it's very blurry, but these two people are going for the ball. This is a 50-50. For all you know, right about now, your teammate could have lost the 50-50 and the ball would be going to your goal and you're over here. But for some reason the enemy didn't challenge. Okay, right here's another example of not using boost. You just got full boost. You're just driving around. Like if you were full speed and coming over this way, you'd be able to hit the ball and clear it out to their side. But you just come and sit in goal. Like you could have hit it by now, but you're just sitting in goal. And luckily, you get a little clear. But that could have been a much better play. That's just your teammates not making the play they need to make. That's not your fault at all. Okay. It was good that you turned your car right here. You turned it to the right. That was very good. That's why you managed to get the hit on this. And if you didn't, it was still going to miss, but it could have been a pass for the other team. That was very good. Okay, so I think you should have jumped. Either you should have jumped earlier so that you could hit the ball kind of in this very bad drawing, like in this vicinity with this part of your car, so that you can get a more accurate shot on net. Either that or you wait and let the ball bounce off the ground, then go for a shot. Because this guy's just sitting in goal. Either one would have worked, but I think you jumped too late to have what you tried to do work. And right here's that simple. It's kind of advanced, but I mean you're diamond, so this is okay. But this is I like to consider it shot analysis. Like what direction are you shooting? I know right here. I mean you see 1, 2, they're out of the play. At number 3. I mean, this is a free goal. You're trying to shoot it right here. But what you end up doing is shooting it a little too far to the left, which causes it to miss. Like if you see right here, you hit it right here with the side of your car, which results in a weak and inaccurate hit. You just need to hit that with the front of your car, right around this area. Not in the middle of the ball, but below it. Below the middle of the ball to get some air, get some power on it. Alright, right here is very good. I want to point out. You allowed the enemy to just try to make a play. Allow them to play the game. Allow them to try to make a play. Oftentimes they mess up, which is exactly what he did here, which resulted in a free goal for you. That was very good patience you displayed right there. Okay, here's another example of you not using boost. You got full boost. I mean, you see this ball's coming to you, and you only use boost right just before you hit it, which gives you a very weak hit. I mean, he could have got a shot off, but right here, I want to say, right here, instead of just curving back and going to goal, I would have went straight over here and went up the wall and met it and cleared the ball. Those can result in some very, very good clears. Right here, it's kind of difficult to notice, but you and your teammate are both going back to the ball, and you both backflip at like the same time. But that's one of the times where I would say, just stop what you're doing and let your teammate take over. Right here as you respawn, you take a while. I guess you're just hesitant, or either you're kind of mad you got demolished. I mean, it is whatever. But you could have started moving quicker and hit the ball before he did right there. Oh, that's embarrassing by your teammate. As again, on the kickoff, like I mentioned, I always recommend doing 2 front flips and flipping into the ball at the end of your kickoff is very, very effective. I don't know if you tried to get this other boost, little boost pad. You're using your boost. As you're coming to this ball, you can get this boost and then go meet the ball. But I don't think you did. Yeah, you went right past it, so you don't have any boost. So it's a little weak hit. But if you had boost, I think that 12 boost from that pad, you could have been able to get more to the left of the ball. Let me kind of back up and explain. Alright, right here, I think if you were... Where did you hit this first of all? Yeah, so you and him both hit the ball, like on this part of the ball, which results in a very weak roll this way. If you hit the ball instead of, let me erase this. Instead of hitting the ball here, if you had hit the ball here, that probably would have been a goal, like a weird pinch goal, I think. Which is why I was saying, like, right here, if you would have went to the boost and then went to the ball, that probably would have increased your chance of going to the left of the ball and hitting it. Or hitting it to the left, I mean. Okay, right here's another example of you going for a ball you really don't need to. This ball right here, you just need to come to goal and let your teammate right here play the ball. You just rushing the ball right here. I mean, yeah, your teammate and the other guy just kind of backflipped, but there's no need for you to come for this. This is another time when, like earlier, when I mentioned, what timestamp is this? 3:01. It was around when you get this goal, your first goal. Yeah, like right here, when I mentioned, you're patient. You let them play it out, which resulted in a goal for you. And I think in this situation, if you wouldn't have done that, I mean, you just would have been in a better position overall. I mean, this isn't something detrimental that caused a goal or anything, but that's just a rotational error and a decision mistake. Is like, look at this guy, he's up here, and you coming over here puts all 3 of you on this side of the map. So if they get somehow cleared to come out to middle, it's a free goal. And your responsibility is to be on defense right here and not go on for it. Okay, right here you just hit the ball. I think you hit it more towards the center of the ball. Yeah, see, you hit it right around. That's a bad. Let me back it up a little bit. Oh, I had it perfect. Dang it. Yeah. So you hit it up. You hit it right around on this plane, which results in a medium height ball. Where if you were to alternatively have hit the ball down here, it would have got more height, so it would have been able to probably would have scored up here at the top part of the goal. But because you hit it kind of in the middle of the ball, it results in this very low hit. Like, look how close this is to the ground. If you would have hit it more lower, if you would have hit the ball down here, it probably would be up here and it'd be coming right here in this vicinity at the top of the goal. Probably would have scored. Okay, so right here you just overjudged what you're doing. Because like you went on the side of the wall for a second. Like you went up and you're going straight right here. Then you go down. I mean, if you would have kept turning, you probably would have been able to beat the opponent to the ball there and won that 50-50 challenge. Don't go for the ball. Right there is another time where I think you should just let this play out without coming up. You should just sit back here where you are. Let this play out. Now, if they clear it over this way, then you come on. And if they mess up and your teammate manages to get a pass, you're in position to score. Alright, right here you should have looked to do a pass back play to your teammate. Your teammate is, you just saw him. Let me try to pause it so we can point him out. He's right here, and he is coming in this direction, I believe. If you would have done a direct pass out to him, like a direct pass back to him, you could have made a really nice play, I think. I don't know if he was expecting that or not, but that could have been a really good play that you'd look for in the diamond elo. Well, free goals are free goals. Alright, that's good. Go back and get your boost. Okay. Yeah, your teammates just didn't make the play. They didn't hold up their responsibility. Like, they didn't perform what they needed to do. Your teammates need to go for this. They're both sitting in goal. I don't know what they're doing. I want to look at this attempted hit right around here. Or was it? Oh, yeah. You just made a late decision to go for the ball. Like, being able to read and predict where the ball is going to go. Like, this ball, look at this angle that it's taking. It's going to be hard for me to kind of draw it, but the angle it's taking, it's going to come down and bounce off the wall. I mean, this ball is not going to come down and hit this part and go up the wall. That's not what's fixing to happen. Recognizing that before it happens, you would have been able to clear this and get a good hit on it. Because instead of back here, if you would have read that, you'd be up here. You would be much closer to the ball than this guy is. You would win this 50-50 challenge 100%. And yeah, your teammates are just not making the plays that they need to make. Sometimes you'll just have that. Alright, good. You just need to go to goal. I like what you tried to do here. You tried to predict his clear. You tried to dunk him. If you would have jumped earlier, probably about now. Yeah, if you would have jumped a little earlier, I think you would have been able to successfully dunk him. Because you jumped when you were up here, and right here you're here. I think that distance, the distance right here between the circles I'm drawing of where you're at and where you could have been to dunk for this, to go for a dunk, this distance on the ground translates to distance in the air. And look just how close you missed this dunk. I mean, you're so close to this. And that's why I think that distance on the ground that you waited to jump, you were too patient almost to say you didn't jump early enough to go for this. And you could have got a dunk if you jumped earlier. Okay, you were very overly patient with this. Like right here, you should be going for the ball, not just backing up. Because it's going to take this angle, and you can just clear it on out. Oh, should I use a different color? And you can clear it on. Come on. It's taking this angle, and you can clear it either off the wall or just straight sideways, whatever, but you're just waiting. And that caused that non-hit to happen. It could have been a goal, but you did a good job of blocking it there. Right here's something I want to point out about using your ball cam. You're just looking up in the sky. All you see is this guy. You don't know where your teammates are. You don't know where the other two guys are. So you don't know where four people are. You don't know who's going for this. This is where I would turn off ball cam for a second to scan the field to see who's doing what, if anybody else is going for this, and determine and base your decision to go for aerial or just to go on defense based off of what you see. Because right there, this Godzilla guy went for it, and he probably would have missed anyway, which is good that you got a hit on it, but still, just that lack of vision and map awareness of not just your teammates but opponents as well. Don't go for that. Okay, good. Okay, yeah. So, oh wow, what a way to end it. All right, but yeah, that's the main points. Is your decisions are either too late or you're too passive. You need to do it. You need to work on finding some middle ground there, and utilizing your analog stick, like I just mentioned, surveying the field, gathering information before you make your decision, which is what leads to, like what I mentioned earlier, about you going for hits that belong to your teammate or your teammates. Surveying the field and seeing what they're doing, who's closer to the ball, who has a better angle on the ball. That'll all help in preventing those double commits.